Welcome Capricorn. This is your June 15th to June 21st forecast. For you, the most influential transit is going to be Jupiter square Saturn, and that's going to be on June 15th, and that's going to highlight love and relationships. So you're being guided to balance commitment with personal freedom and reassess relationship dynamics. Okay, so we have the Fool here. So you may decide to either shift and create new, I don't want to say expectations, but you may decide that you want to have a new beginning. You may have some revelations that come to mind and work through that with your partner and decide that, okay, you know, we need to shift things and shake things up a little bit and incorporate some additional things into our life and daily routines. We also have the Three of Pentacles here as well. So I feel like this is sort of like formulating a plan here, and that's what we're talking about. As we have a new beginning, you kind of deciding, and I'm trying to steer away from saying like expectations, but just we'll call them goals. So you have some goals that you may decide are new or revised for you and your partner, and you don't have to have a partner. So this could be for yourself even, that you're identifying these new goals and you're allowing these new beginnings to happen here. Okay, so just apply it however it fits. We also have the Six of Cups here. So there may be someone that's coming back here from the past. So you may have a lover. It could be a friend, but since we're speaking of love and relationships, this could be a previous lover that's returning and wanting a second chance. And, you know, that's going to be totally up to you if that's something that you want to embark on, that journey, or not. There may also be some soul family out there that can be of service to you at this time. So if that person does come back into your life, it may be good to just chat about that with someone that you trust, if you're really unsure about how you want to move forward. But yeah, there's definitely soul family, a soul tribe that can assist you and be of support to you as well. And I also feel like, excuse me, there's this message of you having all the gifts and tools and talents within you to create this better reality that you're desiring, or a stronger relationship, whatever this is that you are desiring here. You have everything within you to make that happen. That doesn't mean that you won't, you know, run it by someone who you trust and who you trust has your best interest in mind. So you can absolutely still do that, and that's beneficial to you as it's coming up here. But know and trust that you already have the answers. You already know what you desire and what you want to do. We have the Six of Swords here. Okay, so you may be thinking, all right, okay, so some of you are like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm not going back. I've learned my lessons and I am moving on. And that is wonderful. Some of you may not be at that place yet, and that is perfectly okay. There's no judgments and there's no wrong choice here. But I am seeing that some of you are like, yeah, no, we got to keep it moving towards the future. I'm not going backwards. Perfectly fine. This is about learning your lessons. So whatever way you choose to go, this is about learning lessons. So if you feel like, you know, there's some more lessons that you want to learn with this individual, then you're going to learn them. They're going to come up. Or you may feel like, I've learned enough. I've learned all the lessons. I've learned everything from this person that they were supposed to teach me, and I'm ready to move on. So we also have Seven of Cups. So it's looking like you're going to have some options here. So you're definitely going to be able to decide between what you want. And the most important thing about this Seven of Cups is to know that, yeah, not is going to be easy for you. Let's just say it that way, because whatever you choose is not a wrong path. It's not a wrong decision, but just know that there's some easier paths. There's some easier choices here than other choices that are presented to you. And you have a lot of options here. Okay. And even this individual that would come back might very well have some other options as well. Okay, so this could be both of you or just one of you, but know, at least from your perspective as you watching this, yeah, there's some options here that you have here. Okay, so let's get some oracles here. So we have, it says courting. Okay, leave it down in the comments if you go backward. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm not even going to say that or go there, but yeah, we do have courting here. So some of you might be like, okay, yeah, you can take me out. We can talk. We can see what you're up to now. We can see what you have going on. But others of you are just going to allow for new options to come towards you and court you. Okay. So yeah, it could be either way, depending on your choices. Okay. So we also have, from a challenge perspective, the Knight of Wands here. So you may be feeling a little not like yourself, like not like your charming, passionate, adventurous, daring, bold, confident self. Okay, so that may come up as a challenge for you as you're sort of through and wanting to understand more about what your choices are and what path you're going to go down. So I feel like for some of you, like, this person kind of makes you feel less confident in some way. So that may be something that is a part of your decision-making process, but I am kind of seeing that come out. It's like you don't like the way that you feel when you're with this person. Okay? So that's all things that you have to think about here. We also have hope and faith coming up here, and Capricorn tends to have self-fulfilling prophecies that happen. And so by that I mean, like, if you think something's not going to go well and you don't have the positive vibration, the positive frequency of, like, I'm going to be open to whatever comes my way, even if it's not what I desire. I'm going to take the lessons from it and I'm going to move on. But Capricorn sometimes tends to think immediately, automatically, like, oh, this isn't going to work, or this person's going to leave me, or, you know, yeah, just either this isn't going to work, or for some reason it's not going to go as planned. You already have that set in your mind. And so in that case, if you're already on that frequency and that's the energy you're giving to the universe, it's just going to mirror that back to you. So some of you do have this self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's not going to be all of you, of course. If it's not you, then don't apply it. But some of you do feel that way. So this is about really staying in that energy of hope and faith and bliss and fulfillment and possibilities. Okay. What else? So we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. So this may be you kind of haphazardly moving forward here without really considering your options closely, and kind of looking ahead a little bit and connecting with your intuition and confirming what is right for you based off of your intuition and how things feel, and you visioning the future, not like, oh, it has to be this way or this has to be the outcome, but just visioning what could potentially be, what the possibilities are. Okay, so this may come up as a little bit of a challenge for you, and you may like not take that path of kind of like evaluating these options, and you may just like move forward in a particular direction here. So just be mindful of that, and do try your best to kind of think things through and take those moments of peace and solitude to allow you to think carefully and thoroughly. Okay. So we also have transformation here as well. So for some of you, in some way, you may be not ready to move forward, or you may be afraid of what this transformation looks like. And it could be you getting back with this person, or you moving forward and going in a different direction and allowing someone else to court you. So either way, whatever journey this is that's happening here, because we have a new beginning, and it's up to you to decide what that looks like. But it's also up to you to allow yourself to be open to whatever comes your way as a result of the choices that you make. Okay? And that's a neutral statement. So that can have many, many outcomes. But if you try to force a particular outcome, then that's where it starts to get into like you trying to control and the universe like not aligning with that, because the universe is always going to give you exactly what you need at that moment in time. Okay. All right, so what else do we have here? So we have you being willing to let go of everything you once thought was true. I love that, because that is what I was saying about like allowing the universe to bring you whatever it is without judgment and you processing that. But it's about allowing that to happen and to come towards you. Okay. All right, so let's look at underlying fears here. So we have the Lovers. Okay, so there just may be this fear of, is this true love or not? So you may be contemplating things from all different perspectives of like, well, you know, this person came back, so maybe that means something. That means they're the one for me, or me moving forward, are they blocking me from the person that is truly meant for me, my real life partner? Like, yeah, you may have a lot of underlying fears here that are coming up, and we'll get you some messages of guidance, but I am hearing very loudly that you must make the choice based off of your intuition and what you feel is right and best for you, because there is no wrong choice. There is no wrong choice, okay? It's just a matter of the experience of your choices. And essentially, like, consequences, I feel like has a bad connotation to it, but that's really all it is. You make a decision and then you deal with the outcome. That's all. So we have the Ten of Swords here as well. So there may be some burdens here that you need to let go of. And for some of you, this person is sort of bringing that back out to the surface. So they haven't necessarily changed, and you're going to find that at some point here. That's not for everybody, but for some of you, that is the case. And this is just a little bit of that knowing ahead of time, because your intuition is telling you that, but you may decide to do it anyway and then find that, okay, yeah, I definitely need to let this go. I need to let this go. Okay, so that's just one option, one scenario here. For others of you, it may be about some things that you need to let go in order to move forward, to connect with new individuals and allow them into your life and allow yourself to trust them and trust that they have your best interests in mind. Okay, so whatever these burdens are that you feel like you need to let go of for whatever reason, it is coming up as an underlying fear and something that you're being guided to address. So we also have the Nine of Pentacles here. So there may be this fear of an emotion, like emotional fulfillment, and whether you will have emotional fulfillment. Also from a financial perspective, whether you will be fulfilled financially as well. Okay, so there's a lot of just thoughts going on in your mind here in the background. And if you feel up to it, you absolutely want to address these things, because these are underlying fears that are going to come to the surface at some point in time. And if you're open to addressing them and connecting with them and processing them, then it's better to do it sooner rather than later. Okay, but it's all in what you feel comfortable with doing. So we have the Four of Pentacles here as well. So yeah, some of you definitely are thinking in terms of like, look, and this is just an example. When I connected with this person previously, I was the breadwinner, I was the support, I was the provider, and I don't know that I want to go back to that place. Or, okay, this new individual coming in, I'm kind of seeing the writing on the wall as far as what that looks like, and I'm not sure if that's something I want to do. And these are just examples. It doesn't have to be that, but it's just an example here. But there is sort of this underlying fear here. Also, you're being guided here to run things through your heart chakra as well as your crown chakra. So view things from a logical perspective, but also from an emotional perspective, how you're feeling and how it makes you feel when you're visioning this, when you're connected with this individual, or when you're connecting with opportunity and just possibility of connecting with someone new, or you actually connect with someone new. How does it make you feel? So you're being guided to run the options you have through from a logical perspective, but also an emotional perspective. Okay, so let's move to potential outcomes here. So we have the strength, you stepping into your power and making the best decision for you. And only you know what that is, but we do have you stepping into your power and being brave and courageous. We also have you standing your ground and not allowing yourself to be taken advantage of in any way. And just be careful, like, I'm hearing like some of you may go a little overboard with it, but you know, it's okay. It's all right. You're going to apply the right amount of pressure. And when you realize like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm being a little too spicy, let me back it down a little bit. So some of you may experience that, but this is you in your power. This is you in your power. So we also have the Nine of Wands as well. You also letting go of things that aren't serving you. And that's individuals, organizations, traditions, people, requirements that may have been placed on you. You letting all that shit go and like, look, you know, I've tried to make this work. These are all tries back here. You tried to make it work. You tried to do what was expected of you, what was asked of you, and it just is not aligned with who you are. And you're moving into that space of what aligns with you and what makes you feel fulfilled and joy and bliss. And you're being guided here. You have more to give. So this is about you stepping into that power of who you authentically are and giving it your all, applying that inspired action to the option that you choose, not what anybody else wants you to do. Okay? Give me one more here. Wonderful. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is you building your legacy and being strong and, solidifying your boundaries, your legacy, your foundation as the powerful queen or king that you are. There is no gender here, but this is you in your power. Powerful coming up. Just pure power. I love it. All right, so let's get some oracles here. So we have you trusting in yourself, leaping into the unknown and having faith and moving forward, knowing and trusting that you can fly, and knowing and trusting that everything is happening for you and your highest good. I love that, because this is like that reminder of you cannot make the wrong decision. You cannot. So we have broken dreams here, and only you can accept or reject your dreams. So this is so wonderful, because I've spent this whole time talking about like 2 different paths, and you have even more paths than that. You have several options here, but just knowing and trusting that you cannot make the wrong choice here. I feel like this is just that reconfirmation of that, because anything that happens, you define it. You get to define it, not anyone else. So you can define it as, okay, I had this experience. It's not quite totally aligned. I've learned these lessons and I've moved on. Or you can allow it to keep playing in your mind. You can go back to it. You can try to change it. You can try to, force it into something that it's not. Okay? Neither way is wrong, but one way is a lot easier than the other way. Okay? All right. So what else do we have? So we have, okay. All right. So we have adjustments are required here. So that's kind of guiding you in a particular direction. So you will know what that direction is. Okay. But we do have that gentle nudge here from the universe. We also have white eagle with your ancestors coming through. You're being guided to connect with your lineage and address a family wound or pattern. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so that is definitely, if you feel like, this is something that typically happens and you are ready to break that ancestral curse, that option is here and now for you. Okay, so give me one more here. So we have you attuning to the divine. I love that as well. So this is calling on for you to go within, to connect within, and to receive those messages of guidance and wisdom to help you know what adjustments are required. Okay, Capricorn, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.